Hello, I'm Barbara Green, and today I'm here with my friend Vicki, and I'm going to show you how to mold sugar animals. Let me put these away, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
I have a book on sugar molding and figure piping and fondant molding. And the book covers many different aspects of molding sugar animals, sugar eggs, Christmas decorations, and much more. If you need to reach me, you need to reach me by my email, as I don't have a website. I also have a DVD, and this is on sugar molding and figure piping. It doesn't have anything on the fondant, but it's sugar molding and figure piping. When we mold colored items, you want to color your water instead of putting the coloring directly into the sugar. So I'm putting a few drops of liquid food coloring into my water, stirring it around. I have about 1.5 cups of sugar. Your proportions of water to sugar are 1.5 teaspoons of water to 1 cup of sugar. You want to be sure that the coloring and the water is thoroughly mixed. And this is the easiest way to do it, is just put it in the plastic bag and knead it thoroughly. If it's still not mixed, just mix it some with your hands. I'm going to be using a candy mold, a 2-piece candy mold for molding the little chicken. Once you have used a mold for sugar, you don't want to use it again for chocolate because the sugar will scratch your mold. Now you want to pack it in here firmly. Leave a little excess. Fill the other side of the mold, same way. Now you're going to pick it up. You're going to smack them together. Look down through the top and on the sides to make sure that you've lined it up correctly. Press very firmly with your fingers to compact the 2 pieces together. Then very carefully lift. I'm sorry, excuse me. Now I'm going to just lay it down, but I'm going to take a knife first and scrape off a little bit of the excess sugar. And I will set this aside to dry. You want to let that dry for several hours. After it is dried for several hours, you can pick it up very carefully, turn it over, loosen the mold, and set it down. Be sure you don't touch it because that sugar is just as wet as it was when you first put it in the mold. Once it has dried thoroughly, you're going to need to trim it. And as you can see, there is excess sugar here. Just take a paring knife and you can shave all the excess icing or sugar off. Now you want to be sure that your base is perfectly flat. So you can take a piece of sandpaper and just rub it back and forth to flatten it out. Now your next step would be to add color to the chicken. I'm taking powdered food coloring. This is pearlescent powders, and just brushing on his little cheeks. Okay, now the next thing to color would be his beak and his eyes. And I use a simple syrup solution for that. I have taken sugar and water, equal parts, and I put them in the microwave for 4 minutes. You want it to have a slight syrupy solution. Sugar works like a sponge, and if you don't have your simple syrup thick enough, when you add color to it and paint on the sugar, it's going to absorb it like a sponge and it will run. So you want to be sure you keep some broken pieces of sugar around to test it on before you put it on your finished piece. You wouldn't want to mess it up. So I'm going to add a little bit of simple syrup to my palette. I'm going to add 1 drop of food coloring to that. 1 drop of orange. You want to take the chicken and just paint his little beak. And put just a little dot for his eyes. This is an example of where it was too thin and it ran. Okay, stay tuned for our second part of molding sugar animals. Thank you.